What's up, everybody? This is Real Talk Football, episode 20. We are finally at 20, everybody. Finally at 20. We pushing it, we pushing, we pushing, we moving and grooving through this NFL, college, and high school season, baby. We got some Tua updates. We got a trade for another wide receiver. We got some big college games to cover. Oh my God, I can't wait to get going. You ready, KG? Let's go.
Let's go, Cowboys! Hey, let me get one. Let's fucking go! Ain't no about that motherfucker now. Y'all motherfuckers have me pissed off. I ain't gonna think about that, right?
What's going on, dog?
What's the deal? What's really real?
Nothing, dog. Just chilling. How you, man?
Oh man, already know. Can't complain. It's a beautiful weather week. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a
This
little
weather's
crazy,
doing
but
so
we'll
great.
take it.
Yeah, we probably got about like another week of it, and it was so crazy because I kept hearing that this is supposed to be like one of our worst winters that we was gonna have in a while.
Yeah, I ain't
And
trying
looking
to
like
that.
Yeah, that's why I've been saving up all my sick time because
Yeah. But what's going on, everybody? This is Real Talk Football, like my man Rock Too Easy just said. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and press that red button and subscribe, dog.
That's right. You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. We got
Oh,
a
my
lot to
goodness.
talk about right now after
Yes,
what
sir.
happened this morning.
Exactly. We were sitting there texting all morning. Next thing, boom! Breaking news.
Right.
The rich just get richer.
Right.
The Chiefs and the Titans come up with a trade, 2020 fifth round pick that becomes a fourth round pick for Chiefs. DeAndre Hopkins, if he plays up to 60% of the snaps, which we know he will. Oh my goodness. How does the rich get richer, bro? I do not get this. I do not understand it. But how do you feel about it?
I'm excited for DeAndre Hopkins. I've been a fan of DeAndre Hopkins since he came into the league. And this, if people know his career, this is actually the first good, legit quarterback that he's going to have. So you figure, look, through his whole career thus far, playing with the Texans and the Titans and everybody, he's got over 12,000 yards, over 950 receptions. He has 80 plus touchdowns too.
79.
79. Yeah.
He there though.
He's there. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for him. But I will say, I know he gets open. I know he makes 50-50 balls make look at like 80-20 balls. But I'm a little wary of him. I think I wanted him on the Chiefs 2 years ago, and I think this might be 2 years too late. But we gonna see how Andy Reid uses him, how Mahomes gets him the ball, and how they gel either quickly or just in time for the playoffs. You know what I mean? So how you feel about the deal for D-Hop and how you think it's going to do for the Chiefs? I mean, they're 6-0, going for the three-peat. Does this make their three-peat, like legit now? Is like it's going to happen? Or you think Chiefs was going to win it either way if they had him or not?
Right. Once again, like I said, the rich is getting richer. The Chiefs been winning some ugly games. Mahomes has been averaging 1 touchdown, 1 interception a game for like the last 20 games. It does help them. Yeah, we do wish that he would have ended up on this team last year, 2 years ago, but he still had over 1,000 yards last year with about 5 different quarterbacks. And I think he played quarterback at one point too. That's how bad it was on the Titans, bro.
Yeah.
So I think that what this does is this gets them back to he'll play that Rashee Rice role where he's not running as fast as Rice, but you got a Worthy who can take the top off the defense. Now you have him take the top off the defense, and you're working Kelsey and D-Hop underneath for possessions. They're not looking to hit you with big plays this year no more because they lost Hollywood Brown. They still got Worthy, but they lost all the speed that they always going to have in Hollywood Brown and Rice. So now you got possession guys. You got guys who are vets who know how to get open in these zones and create from there. So you got that's the best part about picking him up. You're not getting a guy that that you have to try to like develop. So I think it's going to definitely work out fine with them.
Solid. Yeah, like you said, rich get richer, and like I hope it works out. Let's see if the Chiefs can three-peat now. I mean, they can make it a run. They look like they one of the best teams in the NFL, and we'll see what happens moving forward. And speaking of the best team in the NFL, listen, my man, we got the Chiefs at 6-0. We got the Vikings just had their first loss against the Lions, who surged last year, showed what they could be and what they can be this year, and they beat the Vikings in a hard-fought game. They lost 2 11-point leads in that game, and they still found a way to beat the Vikings on the road. We all know the Lions the week before lost their leading sack getter in the NFL. That was leading man is Aiden Hutchinson. And then they're surging. What's that? 4 games in a row for them right now. And then you got the Baltimore Ravens, Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson have first started 0-2, started slow, didn't know their identity. Now it seems like they're on a roll and they know their identity, have won 5 in a row. And not to foreshadow here, but the man looking like he going for his 3rd MVP. But we know he doesn't want the MVP. He wants to get that Super Bowl ring. Who do you think is the best team right now in the NFL when it comes to the Ravens, Chiefs, or are you taking the field?
It's low key, kind of a trick question, because I feel like every team has their flaw and they're lacking things, so it comes down to matchups. It comes down to matchups and who's going up against who. So in a neutral field, I can't. While it's like I said, ugly games, I'm still taking the Chiefs, and I don't know how, why, when, and where they're just gonna figure it out, and that's exactly what they do.
Okay, my man Rock 2 is having a little bit of technical difficulty right now, but bear with us. He will be back in a minute. But to piggyback off of what Rock 2, aka Jerry, just said, I still believe that it may be the Chiefs. I'm not going to take the Chiefs. I'm taking the Ravens right now as the best team just because of the way they're playing. Now, both teams for me have weaknesses in their game. You got the Chiefs. They're not playing really well on offense, but they still got 1-5 back there and finding them the way to win. And then you have the Ravens. They aren't playing complete football. They are very good on offense, and their defense is giving up a whole lot of yards. Now, if you watch the film, that could be the reason why the coach is laying off. He's playing cover 3. He's playing too high and giving up those yards because the Ravens are playing with the lead almost full game, but it still shouldn't be a reason why your football team is giving up 300 yards passing every game. And while the Ravens are balling on the offensive side of the ball. Now, if the defense starts to gel and they start to shut people down, these games are going to really start to be blowouts, and then the backups can get in. But going back to what you said, who was your team that you felt was the best while you had it with those technical difficulties there, Rob?
Yeah, so like I said, if it comes down to a neutral field, it ain't gonna be the prettiest game, but I'm gonna still take the Chiefs, and because they got the Ravens number. They know how Spag knows how to dial up a defense to stop them. Even though I don't know, it's weird because the last 2 times they didn't played each other, everybody get mad like, oh, they stopped running the ball. Well, what else you want us to do? You didn't learn from the last year in the playoffs, so you didn't do the same thing in the first game, the season opener. So you want to keep doing that to keep doing that. But Ravens, while we love how their offense is clicking and everything is starting to move, once again, like you said with that defense, number 1 stopping the run, last in the league in stopping the pass.
Thanks. Yeah.
So there is, it's opposite, totally opposite. So I don't know how you even decide. So it's like, now you're going to give a guy, Mahomes, he ain't got no damn weapons. He just picked up D-Hop. A guy going up against the worst pass defense and a guy who knows how to buy time.
Yes.
So that's why I say between that and then Spags knowing how to call it that defense against Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then you go look at the Lions, who I feel like is playing really good football. Their secondary's ass. So now you're giving Mahomes time to create.
Yeah.
And then that defense, like I said, it's so coached well. It plays well. So in a neutral field, they're going to win an ugly game, 24-20, and walk away with it.
Right.
Fine. They don't care about none of that stuff. Just the win.
Got you. I'm with you. Moving on. Go ahead, big guy.
Oh yeah, man. We didn't talk about this team. Excuse me. Spag actually coaches really well against this team too, and shuts them down in the Niners. Are the Niners done?
Right now it does look like they are done, especially after the injury to Ayuk. May he get back healthy after that torn ACL and MCL after last week's game against the Chiefs. You got those injuries. You got also Debo with pneumonia and him always getting banged up every year. He's not banged up now, just sick, trying to get back this week. And then you got Brock with the turnovers. He's right behind Mahomes leading the league for turnovers and interceptions. And then my thing is, where's the defense? Because this is what they used to,
that sets the tone.
Hang their hat on. And yes, Fred Warner is still playing like Fred Warner, right? But where's their enforcer? You know who their enforcer is? He got hurt in the Super Bowl last year without even playing a snap, and that was Greenlaw when he tore his Achilles. He is the enforcer for them, and I feel like the middle of the defense is open. They can't really stop the run, and even though what's his name, Mustafa, the safety, but he's a rookie. They're relying on him. He come down and hit anybody. He don't care. You know what I mean? But I think the Niners have to figure out some things. Put it all on the defense. I don't put it all on Brock. You got to look at Shanahan, man. This is what he does. He has these teams that are good. He's got all this talent, and then he can't put it all together. And you see him choking the big game after big game after big game for years to come. Years on years since he was in Atlanta as the OC when they blew that 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You know what I think a big part of it is too is they've gone up against teams where the coaches expose Shanahan. Let's put it like this: you got the Vikings, Brian Flores, Brock Purdy even came up there. He's a hell of a scheme against us.
Two years in a row.
Exactly. You got the Rams, McVay. He knows how to go up against Shanahan because they're this. They grew up together. They know each other's systems. So then you lose to them. You got the Cardinals where it's a divisional game and they struggle against running quarterbacks. Kyler Murray gave them the deuces and ran for 40 more yards. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they've been going up against these teams that know how to play against the Niners. They're like, yeah, we know who you are, but we ain't scared of you and we know what you do. Same thing, like I said, with the Chiefs. Spagnuolo. He knows how to coach it. He knows how to stop Shanahan's offense.
Right.
So once you get the recipe and know what you're doing and know what you're going up against, it's a done bun for you, bro. So they're digging themselves into a bigger hole while Seattle's still rolling around. They're winning games, but still right above 500. And we'll see. The Niners, they look like this in the middle of the season last year, and we thought they were done and they went on a run. So we'll see, guys. Well, they lost some guys for a year, but they still got some guys that are still set to come back. So, I don't know. It's hard to judge.
Got you. My man still having these technical difficulties. He about to step away one more time and kind of fix that and come back. But in the meantime, before we got a new game. We have a rapid fire game. We're going to play in a minute, but we got a question on Instagram from im.shimi. Are the Eagles a Super Bowl contenders? Do we believe the Eagles are Super Bowl contenders? In my opinion, right now, they are not. NFC is a little weak, so they might be, but right now, I don't believe so. We had a question, my guy, from Instagram, im.shimi, and our boy asked, are the Eagles Super Bowl contenders, and I said no. They really haven't beaten anybody. Yes, first game of the season they beat the Packers, and the Packers look like they're on a roll right now. They're playing really well. That was first game of the year. Totally different teams right now. I still think if you're going to be a Super Bowl contender, you got to play complementary football. Eagles are not there yet, and Jalen Hurts has not played well consistently every single game. They haven't really beat anybody. Just because they beat the Giants last week don't really mean anything, even though their defense is playing well. Their offense is not really good. And I still think that defense for the Eagles still needs to pick it up. I need to see them against a good team. This could be a good test playing against the Bengals with T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, and Jamar Chase. Now, they may eat their defense up because their defense has not played well all year. But how do you play against a team with weapons regardless of their record? Because we know Joe Burrow and them can score when they want to score. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, the Eagles is overrated. On paper, going into the season, it looked like Howie was the genius, picking up Devin White. Devin White's now on the Texans, hyping up DeJean. He just starting, but he can't cover nobody. That's why his ass gonna stay at safety. Maybe play a little nickel. Pass rush ain't there. We already talked about the pass rush not being there. It looked good against the Giants. That's the Giants. So, yeah, we ain't got nothing to talk about them dudes.
Gotcha.
Dudes overrated, man.
All right. I was just telling people we got a new game called Rapid Fire. We're going to get into these questions real quick. All right, my guy. We got 1 minute. We get 30 seconds each, and we're going to get it done. All right, ready? Here we go. First question. Best team in college football?
Texas.
Why? Keep going. You got it.
Oh, my bad.
Keep going.
My bad. I'm gonna still say Texas is still the best team in football. I think that they got hit in the mouth for sure, and they had a bench Brewers. My bad, I'm messing his name up. And put in Arch, and Arch started getting it rolling, but it was a little bit too late. And I just think that if they play each other again, Texas is gonna be better prepared going against them.
Got you. And for me, I think it's Georgia, regardless of Oregon being undefeated. I know how Ohio State is out there as well. But Georgia in that defense, they showed Texas that they ain't ready for the big boys just yet in the SEC. And I believe if Oregon matched up with Georgia would pound and stop. And Georgia can match them with that speed on defense, with their speed on offense, and I think shut down Gabriel at the end of the day. So that's just me. All right, next one. There we go. There's that time. Next one we got here. Who is the MVP of the NFL right now?
Oh, Lamar Jackson. It's definitely Lamar. The way he's playing, him and Derrick Henry is a freak show. You know, he's getting both his tight ends involved. Mark Andrews now has back-to-back games where he has a touchdown. You still got Isaiah Likely. Now he's getting Bateman involved. Shout out to my fantasy team. So yeah, definitely Lamar. They started out slow. Now they're starting to get it going. And that O-line is starting to finally play together.
Got you. I'm going to say Lamar Jackson as well for the same reason you said. They're playing well. Lamar's playing out of his mind, passing the ball, running the ball, handing the ball off to Derrick Henry. This 1-2 combo, and he's got those weapons on the outside. Zay Flowers, Bateman is finally coming to his first-round pick. I mean, he has a couple good games. I'm not going to say he's, you know what I mean, like he's up there. And then Mark Andrews finally getting the rolling. But I will say Josh Allen is a close second because he does have 15 touchdowns. 0 interceptions this year, barely no turnover. So I think he's doing well. All right, here we go. Next one, right? We doing well here. Who is the Heisman front runner for you, my guy?
You already know it's my guy Cam Ward,
Ooh.
And it's not even no question about it. Back to back shootout games, and my guy showed up in the fourth quarter when it counts. Boy, too comical in that pocket. He's never looking to really run. He can if he wants to, but other than that. He could throw deep ball. He could throw it in the middle. He could throw out routes, and he has a light touch on that ball. Bro, number one pick.
Right.
Number one pick. We're riding.
Here we go. I was going to say Cam Ward too, but I'm going to stick with still Ashton Jeanty and Travis Hunters to lose. The reason why I say that is because it would be Cam Ward if he if I mean, I know he doesn't play defense, but needing to stop coming back with these teams that are below Miami. Miami, you're a top 5 ranked team. You're playing too close to these teams unranked. So I think if he blows out Florida State this week, like they should,
he will.
Favorites. He should.
Right.
Maybe he'll boost his Heisman votes there, where he should be like leading in the standings there for the Heisman. All right, number 4 question: what does that UGA game and Texas game do for both teams? What does that do for both teams, them winning or losing?
Once again, it's a reality check to Texas, because I think they was riding too high and smelling themselves a lot, as they should, because it is Texas. And for Georgia, I think that just lets them know, like, we lost to Bama, but we're right back on that map. We're right back out here.
Okay, got it. For me, I'm going to say it was the best thing for UGA. Good game for UGA after that loss to Bama, coming back and beating the number 1 team on the road. That was, on the road for them. And not only just beating that team, they blew them out. I know it was a close game at the end, but Georgia ran all over them. Travis Etienne, Trevor Etienne, had 3 touchdowns, and they put Texas away early, and they won in the trenches. That's where the game is won. Football is won in the trenches, and they overpowered them on the offensive line and the defensive line. Okay, my guy back. Here we go. Question 5. Moving forward, what did Russ's latest performance mean for the Steelers moving forward?
To let them know that, once again, we talked about this last week, where I said the reason why Russ is going to start, because he's a better thrower of the ball. He's been making a lot of completed throws that Fields was missing guys with. And granted, a lot of them was 50-50 balls to Pickens, but you got to be able to throw that ball in order for him to get it there. Right. So I think that helps the Steelers, because they already played good defense. Now you still got your 2 running backs, and Najee Harris and Warren. Now you got Pickens. I think, and you got Pat Fairmouth. I think they might need to get another receiver involved, but we'll see how that goes. But as of now, the Steelers going to be able to play some Steelers football.
Right. I don't think it does. I mean, anything is one game. Is his first game back. He started, as we all saw that first half, he started off real sluggish, almost looking like the first year Denver Russ. So I think that he's still capable of that first year Denver Russ. Looked like he fell off the cliff Russ. So I need to see some consistency here before I say this means anything for the Steelers, even we know their defense is still going to come to play every single week. And last but not least, here we go. Last question of rapid fire. Here we go. Is it good that Tua is suiting up this weekend?
It's good for my fantasy for Tyreek Hill. I know that's right. Goddamn. Had my guy. Listen, had him on the bench, and I'm still winning these games. Right. You know what I'm saying? It is good for that offense, because he knows how to get the ball out. He knows how to run that offense well. The way that McDaniels wants him to run that offense. That's what they've been struggling with, getting the guys involved, because you have all them weapons, and then you think that, it's the system, and then you think it's the receivers that can still develop, that can still keep it rolling with just a game managing quarterback, and they ain't been working. They done lost 2 quarterbacks in that way. Right. So that's going to help them get that offense back intact, putting up crazy yards. Defense is still cheeks, but at least they'll win in a shootout. At least they have shootout games.
Right. I don't think it's good that he's suiting up. I'm a little concerned for Tua, especially after his latest comments in his his interview he just had with the papers and all that just now in his comments. So, but we're going to get into that in a minute. That's our game for today in rapid fire. But go ahead, my guy, set us up after we just talked about Tua. We're going to get right back into it.
Yeah, so pretty much to pick up where you left off at, how do you feel about Tua suiting up this week?
So my thing is I'm going to play the blame game here. Okay. But first, I'm going to say, being a former football player, not that I played in the NFL, but I played all the way up to the college level. And like, we are, as an athlete, as a competitor, man, like we want to play. Regardless of the injury, whether it's, all right, I got my knee busted, cool, I'm gonna come back. I don't care. I got a broken hand, I'm playing. All right, cool. I got a broken arm, somebody got to do something. I tore a pec muscle, I got a torn labrum, I'm playing. I don't care. I got to play for my team, I'm playing. And we always got to, as athletes, oh my gosh, just try to, we don't want to be off the field, bro. No, we want to play. So in this case, bro, we dealing with a head injury. You had a concussion at Alabama. This is your third concussion in how many years? And every single one's been worse and worse and worse. I believe you got to think about your family, even though you feeding your family, you getting money. But if you retire, yes, I know you don't get all that money. You got kids now. But my thing is, I'm blaming the organization and I'm blaming Mike McDaniels, the head coach. As a head coach, yes, we're supposed to motivate. We want our guys to be competitors. We want them on the field. But at some point, you got to protect the players from themselves. Hey, listen, we are 2-5 or 1-5 right now, or whatever it is, 1-6, whatever Miami is right now. You got to take a step back, think about this, and then we'll come back to a meeting next year and figure out what we're going to do next year. Because, bro, if he gets hit again this week or moving forward, it's over. It's over. And if I'm his wife, I'm his mom, I'm his pop, we not going back out there. You got kids, bro. You can't be a vegetable when your kids is growing up. So I think the coaches and the staff, owner, GM, take his helmet and protect him from himself, especially after his comments talking about he not going to wear the protector and he going to play regardless. I'm cool. My decision. I'm a little upset. Not upset with him, just hearing it as a football player. Like, yeah, I know you want to play, but we got to protect the players. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And I was actually about to add that part at the end of what she was going to say about the wearing that protector helmet and being until he don't want to wear that. That shows so much ignorance, man. So much ignorance. So I just really hope that he's safe out there, and that's the only thing we can do is hope for the best of him being out there, because you are definitely going to get hurt, and the only person you're hurting is yourself and your family at the end of the day, bro. Right. So you gotta get out your own way and understand it's time to sit your ass down.
Right.
That's it.
For sure. All right, moving on. While my man still fixing his computer and stuff, we gonna get it right. I'm sorry for these technical difficulties. It's all good. We gonna keep it rolling because we live. It's all good. We gonna move into these high school games, everybody. Not much going on in the burbs, the Philly burbs. Not much going on, especially in the suburban one league. There's not much going on. At the top, you got CB South, Downingtown West, and Central Bucks West. Whether they lose or win, there's not going to be much movement. With North Penn also at number 4, whether they lose or win, there's not going to be much movement between those teams, but it might be a little bit of movement from 12 to 16 or 11 to 16, where those teams are still teams below them trying to fight to get into the playoffs. Downingtown West and Downingtown East, literally cross the street rivals, do play on Friday night. So that could be a big implication. I will say, though, last week, Downingtown West lost to Bishop Shanahan, who was a 4A team who I think Downingtown West should have dropped at least 3 to 4 spots in the rankings. They stayed at 2, which is crazy. You lose to
that's crazy.
You're a 6A team losing to a 4A team who has no business being
on the field with you,
and you were at home to make it work. You lost at home. So I think they should have dropped a little bit. They didn't. It is what it is, that they got that little point computer system. It is what it is. But that's just the one game I got for the Philly Burbs this weekend. What you got for me, Big Doug?
I'm going to go to the city where Prep put belts to asses on Roman, 48-20. 48-20. So I think that Samaj is starting to, against these bigger teams and these bigger games, I think he's starting to struggle more in the pocket under that pressure. So they got another big game this weekend. They play LaSalle. That's my upcoming game. I'm gonna jump right into it. They play LaSalle this weekend on Saturday at 4:00. 3:00. Yeah, they play LaSalle this weekend. That's the best team.
Yeah.
I think Prep and LaSalle is. I looked on the schedule. I think they're supposed to play each other again. I guess it's like a thing at the end where they're set to play. I think like November 5th.
Who's supposed to play?
Prep and LaSalle are going to play again.
Oh wow! I don't think
that's what I seen the schedule. I don't know, but that's what I saw on the schedule. But
right.
Yeah, Prep and LaSalle is pretty much showing you that they are at the top and they're running through everybody else. And so Roman is in 5. They're not in 6. So I think that they'll be good in 5 when it comes to playoff time. But they're starting to get a little. They're kind of seeing where you're in 5 for a reason. So that's my game of the week. Roman and LaSalle. We'll see how they do against them. See if they can hold their own and try to make some type of a game out of it.
Yeah.
And my other game of the week, I got PJP versus PV, which is going to be a real good game. I think PV only got 2 losses. PJP only got 1 loss, I believe. Yeah. So this is a big rivalry game. That's
we lost to Wilson in that one game. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of like this has been an ongoing thing between them two, and it's been a good dogfight game. Sheen was in a good game against PJP, 2 years ago when they played each other. I'm excited to see both teams play. That's actually Friday night. I think I'm gonna end up pulling up to that game. I got time. I'm on vacation, baby. I'm on vacation.
Gotcha.
So yeah, one more game, one more week, and then it's playoffs.
Yeah,
we start to turn on the heat up.
Yeah, high school football.
Because it's been kind of slow with these games. These teams have been walking through all the lower class dudes. So we ain't been really talking too much high school football. Now playoffs is here. It's time to turn it up.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. I'm excited for next week to get to a playoff game. Let's see what happens. But before we move on to our college games this week, we got another question in the chat by my guy, Austin Harrell. He asked, do you think this Bo Nix is making the necessary adjustments to the league to be the long-term guy? My answer would be yes. Bo has showed that he is the guy for Denver, and I do think he will be long-term, be that guy. I do think they need to protect him up front, start getting some more offensive linemen for him, and obviously he needs some more weapons. They are not going to keep Cortland Sutton and all them guys that's around them right now. I think they're going to try to get some trades. They'll go draft a guy too during the draft. So, and they just still got to deal with Patrick Mahomes and trying to win that division, which they ain't winning that division as long as he's in it. And then you got to beat the other teams that you face in the AFC and NFC to even make a spot in the 7th to make a wild card spot in the AFC. So
yes, definitely add to that. They're going to keep building around him, and Sean Payton's loving him because he's getting the ball out and going through his progressions the right way. And that's what Russell was struggling with, and Sean Payton was getting pissed off with because he's just holding the ball. Nix, he's done it in Oregon, and now he went to the right coach. And we talked about this when he got drafted there.
Yeah.
The defense is stout, so they're going to keep playing defense for him. The run game has been solid. Now you're going to start building and getting weapons around him. Only thing I want to add in that as far as like this week goes, since I'm not going to talk about an upcoming game because there's no need to. They play the Panthers, and they're going to bring Bryce Young back this week. Why you set this man up to fail again? Against a really good defense, they get smoked again. So, but yes, Bo Nix is definitely going to keep developing. As long as he got Sean Payton, they're going to keep building weapons and get him a tight end too, because that's where Sean Payton excelled with tight ends also with his offense.
Right. Understood. You are correct in not saying that. All right, moving on to college games this week. We already talked about last week how UGA won and all the big games last week. Not that many, but UGA won the biggest game of the week last week against Texas on the road. But there's a couple of games this week that I'm looking forward to watching. And we got LSU versus Texas A&M. We got Texas. Only reason why I said this game, Texas versus Vandy, because Vandy beat another ranked team when they beat Bama when they came to their house. So look for another upset alert over there.
Vandy ain't played between Vandy and Kentucky. They've been making it hell for these top teams, bro.
Yeah. Then we got Bama and Missouri, and then we got Oregon and Illinois. Now, I'm putting Oregon on upset alert because Illinois can put up some points and they always play good defense. So put in the number 1 team, Oregon, on upset alert versus Illinois. And I don't know, it could be a close game. And we might be seeing number 13 on Bama crashing out against Missouri. Missouri can put up some points against Bama. So we got some pretty good games, man, coming up this weekend in college football. What do you think, man?
Yeah, but even to go back and recap Bama losing to Tennessee, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Bama losing to Tennessee, and I don't know what's going on with this, what's the name? Milroe not running. Like, this is the 3rd game straight of him just having these low rushing yards.
Right.
Know who you are and do what you do.
Right.
Especially in college, bro. You can get away with it in college because you're faster than a lot of the guys. And the pros will be a little bit different. But know what you are and do what you do. You're losing games like this. You're definitely losing games.
I think those scouts and people reporting from the NFL about him kind of doing what they tried to make, what Mike Vick tried to be too soon when they tried to make him a pocket guy, knowing he need to run the ball. And sometimes with Lamar too last year, he was trying to stay in the pocket when he should have been running. Dude, do you. You can see as Lamar is doing him. Cam did him. Randall Cunningham did him. Warren Moon, when he had to run, did him, and he could still pass. So, bro, you don't listen to the outside noise. You just play football, play your game. Them people talking about what they talking about don't mean nothing, because most of the time they wrong anyway before you get drafted, and after you get drafted, they say all this stuff and they wrong. Just like they said, Mel Kiper is literally 90% wrong every time about somebody, and that dude ends up blowing out. For instance, I remember specifically one guy, Le'Veon Bell. He said he wasn't good enough. He wasn't patient enough, and the man showed you he was patient. He was balling with the Steelers before he asked for his money. So I don't want to hear nothing about Mel Kiper freaking talking about anybody. Said Daniel Jones was going to be good. You said all these other quarterbacks were going to be good, and they was trash. You said Patrick Mahomes' mechanics was all this and that, and he's already won 3 Super Bowls and 2 MVPs. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that. So don't listen to nobody. Play your game, bros.
Right. And not even just that. It ain't like you went through like a freak injury that like made you want to like stay in the pocket more. Like that's what McNabb did. Once he had that injury, he was like, I'm just going to be a pocket thrower. Right. Even though he threw a lot of balls at everybody's ankles, but he
catching the stray. McNibbles ain't played in like 10, 15
right,
games.
Like, my bad. Like, McNabb, what the hell you doing, man? Like, yeah, play your game, bro. Like I said, especially in college. Get off how you get off, and then keep working it. And like he threw a red zone interception on the 3-yard line, bro.
Yeah.
But you could have just ran it in.
Right. Just run the ball.
That's the game right there.
Facts. Just run the ball.
Oh my God.
And
that's all I would. Yeah, go ahead.
You good. Not used to Tennessee being a defensive team. They're not really scoring a lot like they used to. It was back there. So they're playing good defense too. They can play with anybody right now, being in that. They're right now slotted to be in that playoff right now. Definitely.
But you covered already a lot of the college games that I wanted to see. Missouri, Alabama, Texas, Vanderbilt, LSU, Texas A&M. Yeah. So it's the season's rolling on. These games, it's been a lot of upsets, but I like it though, because you don't want to just see that powerhouse team. Everybody's running through everybody. I want to see everybody beat everybody up, because now it makes it even better come playoff times. But I tell you what though, bam, you lose again, your ass ain't making the playoffs.
They out of here.
You done for, bro. You're done for. Out of here. Out of here. So you ready for these Thursday games?
This Thursday game is easy, bro. Not exciting at all.
Yeah. Definitely is.
Vikings versus the Rams. I think we see what's going to happen here, even though we got Cooper Kupp back. They're trying to bring along Puka Nacua. He's not ready yet. And the Vikings is fully healthy after playing that game last week against the Lions. Lost a close one, but they're going to want to come back and get back on the winning. So I think this is unanimous. We both going to be choosing the Vikings here in the East.
But to add to both of to the topic of this game, two things. You have reports of Matthew Stafford on the trade block to the Vikings.
Right.
You have reports of Cooper Kupp on the trade block.
Yeah.
What you think of this?
I do believe it's going to happen sooner or later. The Rams are done. The run is over. If if Stafford still wants to play, who knows? I think Cooper Kupp is going to be out too, and they'll keep Puka Nacua because he's younger, and they'll end up paying him later. Cooper Kupp got his money. Somebody going to get him either next year, either on draft night or right before the trade deadline to a contender. He going to ball out for that team anyway. So I think that's going to happen. Whether Matthew Stafford is going to leave, I think that would have been happened. And then as soon as that does happen, or if one of them do leave after this during this season, I think McVay is done because he almost wanted to leave a couple years ago. Yeah, so I think he's going to retire, give it to another coach, and then Matthew Stafford is going to retire as well and be done. So, how about you?
Seeing Stafford go to the Vikings would be dope only because he likes to throw that ball. So you're throwing the JJ and Addison. But I really don't know how I feel about them giving up on Bradford that fast.
Nah. They shouldn't give up on him. He been balling. So.
Yeah. So I don't understand why that report was that about him going there. It's one thing if you're like going to a struggling team, but I don't know. But yeah, we definitely picked the same teams. Who you got for Sunday's games?
All right, moving on to that Sunday game. My man's still dealing with difficulty. It's all good. We gonna get it right for y'all. Sorry about this. It's all good. My man keep coming back. It's all good. Show's almost over, so we're going to get it done. I didn't say the Sunday's picks yet, but I ain't really seen much out there that I'm excited to watch. We talked about this game earlier with the Eagles and Bengals, see how the Eagles defense comes up. Yeah, they come up big or come up small with all the playmakers out there, how they get pressure on Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow's offensive line is not playing really well. So I'm still going with the Bengals because they got more firepower. That's all. And they got the better quarterback as long as their offensive line holds up in their defense. I think if their defense stops the run, I think if they focus on stopping Saquon Barkley, then I think everything else is good for them. They can stop the pass and focus on that. But if they stop the run, they'll win. If not, it's over with. And then I like the Bears and Commanders, but I don't know if Jaden Daniels enough to play this week with that injury to his rib last week. Marcus Mariota came in and balled out. I mean, you came in the middle of the game, they don't got film on you, and you threw for over 200 yards. It was crazy, and 2 touchdowns. So I'm still looking forward to that. Bears coming off of their bye week and won 3 games in a row to see how they do well after that. So I'm picking the Bears to win that game because of the better defense.
Okay. Those are your games that you got?
Yes, those are my 2 games I'm looking forward to watching. All right. Yeah.
All right. I got the Bills versus Seattle is a good game.
Okay.
I like that because you got the Bills that are playing hot, and Seattle they've been in dogfight games that they lose that they're losing, like either in the shootout or a close game at the end. I think I'm going to take Seattle only because it's at Seattle and they got to go there. Okay. I think that they'll be, once again, they got some young, aggressive corners there, and I think they'll be able to stop the run. So we'll see, though. And Amari Cooper's still developing that chemistry with Josh Allen. This will be his second game. The first game, he caught that touchdown. He didn't even know what the hell he was doing, so he was a little bit off with that one. So I got that game, and the other game that I got is do injuries and all, I still got the Niners beating us, bro.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Still got the Niners beating us, bro, because we don't know how to stop the run.
Nope.
And that's just what it is. And they got Fred Warner. Fred Warner will single-handedly beat us. That's just what it is. I don't even know if Micah's coming back. I think Nealon's still out. We still got injuries, bro. Deron Bland will be back, but we still ain't got no pass rush. It's just what it is. We still ain't bringing no other receiving help. We got Tolbert and CD. Well, we got CD. That's it. And Ferguson. I think we're still gonna lose that game.
Yeah, it's done.
Definitely done.
You said you picking the Seahawks to win that game.
Yeah, Seahawks and then the Niners.
Is that your hit? Is that your upset pick?
Nah, I got my upset pick though.
Okay.
You ready for it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
I got the Jags over the Packers.
I already
Listen, I gotta get.
You about to be 0 for 3 and picking them. Cut it out, man.
Listen, man, I gotta be right one time. It's at Jacksonville, bro. The Jags are starting to play better. They're finally starting to get that run game going, man. Even though Doug P been calling up some dumb stuff still, I think the secondary is starting to get a little bit healthier, man. But come on. Let's go.
You do it too much. You do it too much. All right. My upset pick, man. I shouldn't believe in them, but the way the other team's defense is playing, and they supposed to have a good defense, even though they top 5 and everything right now, I'm picking the Patriots over the Jets, man.
Oh, shit.
Pick the Patriots over the Jets, man. The Patriots play at home. The Jets ain't playing well on either side of the ball. They're not playing well on either side of the ball. The defense is stinking it up. They're hurt on that side of the ball. Reed has got a groin injury from 2 weeks ago. He didn't play last week, and they lost against the Steelers. So, and they let the Steelers run all over them too. And they're a team that stops the run and stops the pass. They didn't do it. Aaron Rodgers looks overrated, like I've been saying for how many years, bro. He looks cooked. He looks
over and older-rated.
You had your man Devontae. You ain't do nothing. You tried to force feed him. Like, spread the ball around. Stop trying to force it to him, man. You got Garrett Wilson too. Like, and then whatchamacallit was the leading receiver. Leading receiver in yards was who? Do you remember who that was? It was Breece. Breece Hall had over 100 yards receiving.
Oh yeah, that's because he was breaking on stuff, bro.
So, like,
he was going crazy.
I'm taking the Jets until they prove me wrong, man. I mean, taking the Patriots until the Jets can prove me wrong otherwise.
All right. I feel you. I ain't mad at that.
So listen, man, it was a short show this week.
Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties. Yeah. I'm cursing out my cable people tomorrow. I'm serious, bro. I'm tired of this. This can't be happening.
Yeah, for sure. It's all good, but we got it together. We got it right. It's all good. Once again, people, we appreciate y'all joining us live on the StreamYard, on Instagram. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the questions today, and we're able to get those out to y'all and participation. We love y'all once again. Rock Too Easy, my guy. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
yes, sir. Like you too, bro.
When I see ya. Peace.
Mm-hmm.